Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Messy Monday. It is also off the board, and that means I'm using a Pinterest pin from my Pinterest boards. This is the pin I'm using. I really liked those big letters, although I'm going to be doing mine a little bit different, but that's what inspired it. I am also going to be doing this in real time because this is a little bit of a different series that MK and I are doing for July. Starting with Messy Monday, so I'm going to get messy today with my background. Wednesday, I'm going to pull all the ephemera that goes with it. Thursday, I'm going to figure it out, or Friday, I'm going to figure it out and put it on there. So, yeah, starting with stamps today. It is also going to be Christmas in July, so I am going to do Christmas layouts. So that's my plan, Christmas in July, Christmas layouts. I actually have 4 photos here, but I'm going to do flip-flaps. And the inside bits, one of them I'll leave for journaling. The other one I think I'll decorate. I'm not 100% sure. But I do know my photos are going to go approximately like so. So I'm going to start by just marking those out. Kind of roughly here. So getting an idea where they're going to go. And that way I don't have to worry about the mixed media that's under them in case it's not perfect or it doesn't go all the way through. Okay. I'm just using close to my heart Daisy White today. I'm using these ultra large billboard stamps from Heidi Swapp. If you've got them, you should use them. They're fantastic. I think I'm just going to spell out the word Mary. Mary? Let's see how long it is. And I've realized I don't have an acrylic block. That is going to it's not going to fit because it's not going to get the top edges. So I pulled out this piece of acrylic in hopes that it can work. I think I'm going to move the paper out of the way. And that way I can line these up. And also keeping in mind that my second R is going to have to be re-stamped everywhere. I wonder if I did holiday fun. That could actually work. I wonder if there's enough room to put holiday fun across here. That'd be a huge stamp. Let's do that because I don't think anything repeats. And then I don't have to worry about it. That would be so fantastic, right? Okay. So if it's not 100% perfect, I think I'm okay. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but we're going to give it a try. Sorry about my big head in the way. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm lined up across here. And maybe I shouldn't be because maybe it would be a little easier to make sure everything comes out great if it's all supposed to be wonky. I don't know. I find the eyes, the ones with the tall straight letters are like the hardest ones to align. The I's, the T's, and the top of the L's. No support, they're kind of wonky. Maybe it's gonna work. Sorry, it's I'm actually doing this as I'm prepping. So I am prepping for a retreat, and I have to take my stuff to make these layouts with me. So doing my mixed media at home, so I don't have to take extra mixed media. And then I'm gonna pack up the rest of my stuff to take with me to complete the layouts at the retreat. So I'm actually doing this on the 4th of July, and everybody is pinging me saying happy 4th of July. So that's what you're hearing if you're hearing a bunch of dinging in the background. Okay, now we gotta put a space, and I think I moved my thing here. Trying real hard not to move this acrylic piece. Might actually be a good idea if I just slide. That probably should have done that right off the bat, but we're just going with it. As usual, winging it. Again, these pieces with the long straight pieces are hard on me. I kind of think this is going to be pretty in, I'm thinking green. That's definitely lower than the other one, or the U is not as tall. Or I've stretched the F, I don't know. Okay, and last but not least, the N. And I need to do something to make sure that if these don't come out perfect, it doesn't matter. Like maybe I'll do the oxide ink with a little spritz over the top, because then they're supposed to look a little distressed. But we're gonna find out how well this goes. I have no idea. I've used this glass. It's not glass. It's acrylic. This acrylic piece for varying things, but usually like to mix paint on or something like that. I've never used it as a stamping block that I can recall. So there it is. Let's see, holiday fun. And I don't have to go restamp an R in between any other letters. So that makes me happy. Let's put the M back and the E. Okay. I don't know. Would it be kind of cool to do lots of iterations so they're not like, I think so. They're going to partially overlap, because then I don't have to worry too much about ending off the thing here. So maybe I'll I will stamp a top and a bottom and a center, and then I'll do one in between each. That's kind of going to be my goal here. The question is holding this. I think I would normally use my magnets from Glassboard Studio, but my problem with that is they're going to be in the way because they're tall. So I'm thinking that has no magnetic. Why is that not? It's not strong enough. That's not doing anything. Well, I guess it is what it is. Oh, I could tape it down. Good thinking, good thinking. I'll tape it down. So it stays nice and aligned on my grid here. Tape that. That one a little bit more on. Eee. Be careful how you rip your tape off. Okay. Okay. And now, red colors. I think I'm gonna go with a traditional red, so let me grab that. Which would be probably Rockin' Red. Let's look really quick. Take a peek here and see what our options are. And Lumberjack would be good also. But the Catherine Poolers stamp better on these kind of inks, or on these types of stamps on photopolymer. So I'm thinking Rockin' Red. Yeah, we're gonna do Rockin' Red because that's very Christmassy. Okay, so here we go. This might take a few minutes just because I only have a small Rockin' Red. I don't have a large one. So it is what it is. And then I want to make sure I get all of the areas covered here so we don't have any blank spots. I think I have a little bit of open time, which is basically that these aren't going to dry by the time I get over here. That's going to stay wet, hopefully. And it will, I don't know, it should dry pretty quick on the paper. These don't have a lot of open time once they're stamped. Okay. All right. I'm grabbing my little stamp press that is from MK's shop, and we're gonna just go for it, you guys. Okay, it's down. I see that N is a little lower than the U. Oh well, too late now. We're gonna go with it. This little guy does help quite a bit, and I'm giving it plenty of time for the ink to soak into the paper. I went about a ½ inch off the bottom, so I'm gonna do the same up top. Oh, it didn't all work, you guys. I wonder if I can ink it up and try that again. We'll see. Don't know till you try, right? So it was the F, the I, and the D, part of the H. How did I miss all that? Okay, let's try it again. Let's see if I can get it right back in the same spot. Sometimes I can. Okay. Oh. I pressed so hard it like bumped it. Okay. I get the edge of the H. It's these ones that are toward the middle, maybe. It kind of makes me wonder, like, are the stamps all the same thickness, really? but I don't know. Maybe it's just too much surface at one time. We're gonna find out. We'll see what happens here. The F still did not go all the way. The center of the F. But amazingly, it looks like it lined up pretty well, so let's see what happens. Maybe we go with that and just go with a very grungy look. I think I'm going to stamp this second one and the top one and then the center one and see if those are any better. If I don't get a better impression, we're just going to go with a grungy look. And I think I'm going to be okay with that. This is not the only stuff that's going on this paper, so maybe it will be okay. First I thought it was because I didn't ink up the letters all the way, but nope, they're inked. I checked that before the second pressing. This is when I wish I had a MISTI. I don't have a MISTI, but I would kind of wish I did have a 12 by 12 MISTI for this type of stuff, but I don't do this very often, so I guess the other alternative would be to put a piece of foam board under, because then I have a surface that is a little bit flexible, which I could do. Okay, I don't know if that's centered, and I don't even know if it's straight. It looks straight. And we're gonna go with it because it's down now. Center of the F. Let's get you going down. The D and the I. And the side of the H. If this doesn't work, like if it's really bad, then I might get a piece of foam out. Yeah, see, that didn't work either. It's the same letters. And that'll go there, and then we'll have ones in between. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do, we're gonna pivot. I need to get this out, baby. Good girl. Thank you, Coda. Okay, I have this foam board that I normally would use. Well, I haven't used it in a while, but it would normally be for mixed media. And what it is, it's foam board and it's got packing tape all over the top of it so that it's got a barrier for the moisture. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip my paper over. And because of how I'm doing the stamping, maybe I need a new piece of paper. I'm going to grab a new piece of paper because if I wet this with anything, I feel like that's going to show through. You can see the ghosting. It didn't bleed through, it just gave it a ghost. I don't know if that you can see it when it's down here. I mean, I can see it. Yeah, you can kind of see it. So I feel like that's probably not a good option. Let's just get a nice clean piece. We'll save that for some other project. Okay, then we're gonna glue this to this. This has some give to it because it is foam board. So maybe that will solve the problem. Maybe I should test it on that other piece. Let's do that. We're gonna test it on the back of the first piece. It's a test process here. We're just gonna go and see what happens. All right, let's try this again. Sorry about the process taking so long, you guys, but you know what? You're learning with me because you never know what's going to happen. And I don't mind it being grungy. I just don't want all the letter I's to not show or all the letter F legs not to show. Legs, is that what they are? The straight part of it, is that what it's called? Don't even know. Okay, I think it's got plenty of ink. This is going to kind of keep me from using my mat and my glass board as a guide, so I'm just going to eyeball it, you guys. Looks relatively straight. Oh, now the key is to not press top and bottom here and here, because then it does the rocking. I don't want the rocking to happen. So let's see how this goes. Hopefully better. Better. I see right here I need to press a little bit more right there. That's better. I don't mind that. Okay, we're gonna do it. We're just gonna go with it. So now back to our other piece of paper so we can get her done. My other option is I do have a silicone mat. That might be a nice idea also. So maybe we try that really quick too, just to see if the silicone mat is better. This is the silicone mat and it's pretty dirty, so don't mind trying it on this guy. And I'm not even gonna tape it, you guys. You can see we're getting lazy here, but this is our piece that is no good, so at least we're getting it checked and seeing if the silicone works better than the foam board. And then you guys will know if you need to go buy a piece of foam board. Geez, I'm so glad I'm doing this at home. Make sure that F and the I and the H all have plenty, and the D, the center of the D, all have plenty of ink on them. Okay, let's see if this is any better. You can kind of even see my mat through it, my glass mat. You can see the grid. And yes, I do know I'm completely off, not lined up with anything below, but get these areas that we know are troublesome. Okay, let's see how that worked. That was worse. I think the foam board was our best bet. So back to the foam board. Okie doke. It was a good experience. It was worthwhile. We learned something and we're moving on. So let's do that. Okay. I know it would definitely be easier if I didn't have all these letters, like if they were just a couple letters here and there, and then, but I feel like my lining them up would be even worse than having them not do a full image. Okay, here we go. There we go. I probably could have fixed that N and made it a little higher also since it's a little lower, but kind of forgot about that. And we are already off and running on this one. So it's all good. Get that L and I in there, the D and the A. My goodness, I feel like I should be done with this by now. Let's see. It's this eye right here. Give it a little bit more pressure right there. Okay. Oh, that looks a lot better. I'm happy with that. We can do that. It's okay with me that some of them are not complete. That's the beauty of grungy, is incomplete looks okay, but you still get to read it. You know, it's not like has to be a perfect impression. It's not a sentiment on a card. If it was a sentiment on a card, this would not fly, unless my card was super grungy too. But yeah, it's a scrapbook layout, and there's going to be other stuff on it. Let's just make sure we get lots of ink right there and here. And here, trouble areas, extra ink. Okay, so this is gonna go up here. Hopefully I'm seeing that correct and not getting it cockeyed. If it's cockeyed, it is what it is, because it's down now. Get some extra pressure on the I and the edge of the H. There is a little bit of flex into this piece of acrylic here, so it does help a little bit. It's not a lot, it's just a little. And then since the foam board is foam core, it allows a little bit of extra pressure to be pressed into it, I guess. It's the F this time. Right there. Okay. A little bit on the I again. Okay. Okay, good. And then I was thinking about using a different color for my other two layers, but not, but maybe like in the same red family, like cranberry fizz or something like that. So it's just a little darker. And I'm frankly really impressed that I came up with some words that have no repeating letters in them. Oh, that's kind of funny. That looks pretty straight. So there we go. It's down. I don't know if it's equally spaced from the top and the bottom, but it's going to be fine. There's going to be photos covering a large portion of this part, so I'm not too worried about that. Although I don't have my marks anymore as to where the covering is going to be, because that was on my other paper. Okay. That's okay. All right, so now I think I'm gonna go to Cranberry Fizz, but let's double check here. Cranberry Fizz or Merlot, but I think, yeah, Merlot's too dark. Cranberry Fizz. Cranberry Fizz it is. Okay, this one's even more juicy because this is a bigger pad and I've rarely used it. But it also doesn't require me to go over it quite so many times just because it's got a huge surface comparatively. Red is the worst color to have to wash off your stamps too, just so you know. It stains them like nobody's business. Even if it's not a permanent ink, like if it's a dye-based, it still stains it. Okay. The key is to kind of line these up. Top to bottom. I think we're gonna go right here. I don't know if that's a perfect alignment, but it feels like it might be, so let's definitely get in there on the edge of this F. D, the I, all these ones that like to give me trouble, the H, like that O and the L seem to stamp fine, no problem. Same with the A and the Y and the N. Ooh, that's fun. That's holiday fun, you guys. I hope it's still readable. I'm actually really glad I went with a different color because I think it does help it to be readable. I think if I would have gone with the same color, it would have just made it really confusing. And I love that these stamps, with this wording, they go all the way across the page. That's a lot of fun too. Okay, extra on the F and over here. And the H, okay. Let's see if I can get this one lined up as well as the last one. Well, it is what it is now because it's down. I don't know that it's exactly aligned, but here we go. Oh my goodness. I don't know what my expectation was of this, but maybe it's going to come out better than I thought. Okay, let's get the edge of that F. The D and the I. You guys need extra pressure. Extra pressure to perform, you guys. Come on. Okay. We're going back in on the F. And a little bit right here. Okay. All right, I'm not mad about that. I kind of like it. Let's see here what it looks like with the photos there. I think you can still read it well enough. Holiday fun, because you can read it down here, no problem. Okay, that's cute. Kind of like that. Let's move this aside. I'm going to give this a spray. I don't know why this sprayer, this is my good sprayer and it's acting up. There it goes. I'm just gonna pull some of the red ink off of here so I'm not wasting it. And we're gonna give it some splatter. That's fun. Helps it to not feel like it should be so perfect. Okay. We're gonna go with that, you guys. I think that's cool. Got some on the edge there. I think it looks cool. Doesn't look like a crime scene, but there we have it. And I'm gonna call that done for my Monday. I don't think I'm gonna add a whole lot more. I did consider adding a little bit of water. Maybe I will do that really quick. I'm spraying some water into my hand and doing some big flicks. That's gonna make the inks run a little, and that's okay. Then they look even more grungy. That one's gonna be really good right there and juicy because it got the bulk of it. And then this one here's got quite a bit. But that gives it more of a grungy, like it's supposed to be grungy feel to it. So we're gonna go with that. I'm gonna let it dry because now it's got a little bit of water on it. And then we will start pulling embellishments for Wednesday. What goes with it Wednesday? So I will be back on Wednesday to pull embellishments and create a kit that goes with me to retreat. Thanks. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.